You're so lucky I'm with you, Elon. I'll tell you, you are. Has he ever thanked me properly?
Trump and his changing equations with top leaders and political figures are nothing new. A lot has changed in America between Trump's last presidency and this one, but one thing remains the same: praise, serve, and agree with Trump, and you will be his favorite. Ask tough questions, disagree, or criticize Mr. President, and you will face his wrath. No one understands this better than his buddy Elon. 6 months after the big public blow-up with Trump, Musk has begun making appearances at political events led by the U.S. president. After attending Charlie Kirk's funeral, the Tesla boss attended the special White House dinner hosted by U.S. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania for Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Are bros Trump and Musk back together, resolving all their differences? Well, it seems so. Why do we say this? Let's look at some instances that suggest the MAGA duo is back. Following the big public fallout, Trump and Musk were first seen together at Republican activist Charlie Kirk's funeral. From sitting together at the event to catching up with Buddy Trump, the internet exploded after witnessing the long-lost Musk-Trump camaraderie return.
President, everyone's saying that Charlie brought you and Elon back together. Is that true?
Well, Elon came over and said hello. No, it's nothing to do with that. So I thought it was nice. He came over, had a little conversation. We had a very good relationship, but it was nice that he came over.
Although the Trump-Musk meeting at Kirk's funeral was a treat for their supporters in the MAGA clan, Trump defending Musk behind his back has an altogether separate fan base.
Yeah, please.
A new Gallup poll says that Elon Musk is the most unpopular public figure in the country right now. I'm wondering, do you miss having him around the White House, or is that poll accurate?
I don't know if the poll's accurate. I think he's a good person. I think he had a bad moment, really bad moment. But he's a good person. I believe that.
Did you ever see Elon Musk get physical with the Treasury Secretary?
No, I didn't.
And I tried to
They
ask.
did have an argument, but I didn't see. I didn't see a lot of physicality there.
And there was this New York Times report that he did not want to talk about, Elon Musk, that alleged that he, towards the end of his time in the White House, was blurring the lines between recreational use of drugs and medicinal. Do you think he ever had drugs here at the White House?
I really don't know. I don't think so. I hope not. Look, I wish him well. You understand. We had a good relationship, and I just wish him well. Very well, actually.
On Elon Musk, do you plan to speak to him on the phone anytime soon?
I haven't really thought about it, actually. I would imagine he wants to speak to me. I would think so. If I were him, I'd want to speak to me, and maybe he's already called. You'd have to ask him whether or not he's already called. But I'd have no problem with it.
After a 6-month-long public fallout, Trump and Musk are back in the news, this time not for their ugly spat, but for their bonhomie puns and reminiscing about their good old times together. During Trump's speech at the investment forum, the U.S. president, in his signature unscripted, unfiltered style, mentioned the favors he claimed to have done for Musk during the billionaire's short leadership of the Doge. Before continuing his remarks, Trump paused to ask, "Has he ever thanked me for that properly?" Glancing in Musk's direction, Trump remarked, "You're so lucky. I'm with you, Elon." Moments later, he joked, "Though I do let him buy cars that aren't electric, but those are minor details." Hours after Trump's sarcastic jibe, Musk posted on X, "I would like to thank President Trump for all he has done for America and the world." He shared the message along with images of himself posing with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, NVIDIA chief Jensen Huang, and Trump at the Washington gathering. While at the high-profile event, Trump mocked Elon to thank him properly for the EV tax breaks. Musk's post thanking him for all he has done for America and the world raises a debate. Was it a genuine thank you or a sarcastic retort? As soon as the Trump-Musk interaction surfaced, the internet went crazy. X has become a Memefest as netizens can't stop gushing over the duo's camaraderie. But it doesn't stop there. Impressed with the memes, Musk has also reposted one. Let's watch the classic Trump moment where he roasted his ex-colleague over EV tax breaks.
Congressional Democrats wanted the largest tax hike in history. They wanted to raise your taxes by 42% 44%. I proudly gave you the largest tax cuts in American history. Don't forget, the great big beautiful bill doesn't kick in until January 1st. So all these numbers that you're reading about, all these great numbers, that's without the tax cuts. The tax cuts take effect on January 1st, and that's no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Even people that go buy a car, they've never had this. You know, middle-income people don't know what the word deduction is. They don't know. This room, they live on deductions. Me too. How much of a deduction do I get? We all live on it. Middle-income people, they don't know about it. They don't really have deductions. We're giving them a deduction on the interest if they buy a nice Tesla car and they borrow the money. You're so lucky I'm with you, Elon. I'll tell you, has he ever thanked me properly? Although I do let him buy other than electric cars, but these are minor details. You know, we had a mandate, which even Elon thought was ridiculous, that everybody has to have an electric car by 2030. And once, fortunately, he said, that's a ridiculous thing. So I keep quoting, but I'm giving them a deduction. Now, Elon would like to have it differently. A deduction only if you buy a Tesla, right? But we'll let it be for everybody. But think of it. You get a deduction on the loan, on your interest payment. I think that's going to be an unbelievable boon to car sales. I think it's one of the biggest things, and we'll see, but I think it's going to be. And the biggest thing I've done for business and jobs is deductibility, where all of that money that you're spending, 100%, think of it, expensing for all new equipment purchase, factory construction, including structure. Every single thing you're allowed to deduct, expensing 1 year. And that's what made our first tax bill, in my opinion, more than anything else, bringing your money back in. We have that, we have everything. Trillions of dollars, hundreds of billions, but trillions of dollars. Apple alone, Tim Cook brought in hundreds of billions of dollars. You couldn't do it under the old tax code. You'd have to pay so much tax. And just the bureaucracy of it, we made it very simple. We charged a fair rate, and we took in billions. Well, we have that. But the expensing, to me, was the thing that made it so successful. And the other thing is all of those tax cuts that we got, that was the largest tax cut in history. On top of adding to those cuts, we extended the original tax cuts. If we didn't extend, you would have had about a 58% tax increase from that point. And we were able to get that extended. So I want to thank the Speaker of the House, and I want to thank John Thune. And a lot of people thought that bill, because we put everything into that one, we took 4 years worth of things and we put them into the great big beautiful bill. And we got it passed. It was close, like about a quarter of a vote. It was on fumes. We thought for a couple of moments we were not going to be able to get it. Then we would have had to have it in 9 or 12 or 14 different bills. And I don't think we would have gotten many of them approved. We would have gotten some easily approved, but some we would have gotten no votes on. By putting it all together, we got everything. And it was a great job, and I think someday it's going to be appreciated. But among other things, it's the biggest tax cut in history for people and for businesses. So can just enjoy it and think of me every once in a while when you're hiring new people and making a lot of money. You just think about us. But I'm cutting a record number of job-killing regulations. That's the other thing. And I've already slashed more than $1 trillion worth of regulations this year. My last term, I gave the largest regulation cut in history, and now we're doing it again. In fact, for every new regulation, they're mandated to cut 10. And so far, it's for every new regulation, they've cut 30. So they have the idea. And very importantly, we stopped Joe Biden's radical crusade to kill oil and natural gas. Somehow, I don't think Saudi Arabia would like me too much if we decide to kill oil and natural gas. There's nothing like it. It works. Windmills don't work. Other things, I don't want to get into it too much, but they don't work. What does work is natural gas, oil, nuclear, and other things.